Hey guys, and welcome back to another YouTube video. In this video we're going through the Richmond versus GWS game, which I don't know how much of this game I remember catching, but I did catch a little bit of it. But yeah, in the end GWS were just way too good for Richmond, running out winners. What was it, 108-84 in the end. And yeah, just Whitfield and Green, I was really happy that they put up big performances. They're getting back to their best, which is absolutely huge for fantasy, and was happy now, looking back on it, that a couple weeks ago I almost went for the Tim Taranto decision, and he only got an 86 and then got concussed. So we'll see what happens with that and the subsequent tackle from Bedford. But that could see a suspension. I could see both of them out for weeks. There's potential for Taranto to be out for 2, but I don't think there will be, given that I think it's a 10-day concussion protocol. And Bedford currently has a 3-game suspension, which they're going to bring to the tribunal to get it washed away, because it's not going to get, the impact isn't going to let it get down to like 2 or 1 games. It's 0 or 3 based on the rubric. It's as simple as that on all of these cases there for the 3-game ones. But anyway, before we jump into the video, remember to like and subscribe, turn the notification bell on so you know when I upload, and let's get into the video. So, Nankervis 117, I did say that I thought Nankervis would be a really good pick on both platforms, and he delivered with 117. I did go and went for the likes of who was it, English in the end, over the top of him, but I did want to say that it was a decent pick, and I think his run home is pretty good, but we'll just see if English can get through and really put some damage on, because English could go big in the subsequent games that he has. I don't know who exactly English has, but I'll just double check it for you guys. Premiership team view, let me go to who does, we got Richmond, and then we also have Western Bulldogs. So Richmond have Port, Collingwood, North, St Kilda, Hawthorn, and Gold Coast. That could be interesting. That could have a Moyle matchup in it. That has a sweet matchup, which is positive. So they have really good matchups there. Western Bulldogs has, I believe they have Geelong this week. Yeah, Geelong, Sydney, Melbourne, Adelaide, North, and GWS. That's, I think, pretty good matchups in itself. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, I really like the matchup this week against Geelong, given that I don't think they'll play a proper ruck, which he should be able to get some really good points on the board for English. But yeah, I think that could be a decision that it could honestly go either way. But we'll see about that one in itself, if it actually does go either way or whatnot, because Nank was up there in discussions and stuff like that. And I think some people had him pegged in for about 117 fantasy points, so that was a really good prediction there. Prestia played out the full game. It's simple as that, but he's not going to do that regularly. Rioli, Graham, 87. I believe he was on a tagging role potentially, but I don't think it really worked too much. I don't know who he was necessarily trying to tag, but it didn't seem to work. Taranto, 86, subbed out very early in the 4th quarter with that concussion, which would have happened in, where is it here? On bench. Where is it? On bench here. So yeah, 8 minutes, 50 seconds on bench. So yeah, the last 20 odd minutes he wasn't playing. So he was roughly on track for about a 105, I would say, and ended up being concussed on an 86. So that'll obviously impact him. Hopper, Vlosten, Shorts getting some form together with it's so weird to say that he's getting form together with a 79 or an 80, rather than like going large, getting those hundreds that we saw last year. So that'll be an interesting watch there on Short, but I just don't value him at all. And yeah, 106, 170, 53, sorry, 102, and then a 79. Mansell, and then Green with a 70, a huge last quarter from him. I am going to bring him in, I think, there is a chance. Basically, the argument is, do I go 2 rookies up to like a Cripps and him, or do I go like a Jack Crisp, and also a rookie to like a Primo and also like a Philippou? That is sort of the discussion that I've had to a certain degree, and it's just like, how much do I reckon Philippou's going to score, because Philippou has to play in the 22, because I went for Clay Hall over a DPP. DPP red dot, which was, now looking back on it, probably a dumb move. But, you know, if Clay Hall had played and I started getting cashed in, then that probably would have been a better move. But Clay Hall might play. But, yeah, that sort of is the decision. I'm probably going to lean towards going for the Dunkley and the Philippou route, as I think it also gives him more cash to make better maneuvers anyway. Next week, where I can get, I should be able to get a good primo in next week if I potentially do it with like a Logan Evans and a Billy Dowling. Hopefully they get some good cash in and can move up. But Green has already been in my side and already chucked out of my side due to my trades, but we'll see how that goes. Bolton, Broad, Banks, Gazitsky, Baker as well. Started off really good, I think, and then, yeah, fell off. It was on 12 early, got to 16, got to 18. Well, that tackle actually got taken away, so it was never actually on to 18. But then it got back there. So 18 after 14 minutes was pretty good, and then did nothing for the rest of the game. So he's an interesting case what he does, whether he moves on or not. I don't know exactly what the case is going on in the background there, but yeah, he's not playing his best footy at the moment, and he's tanking his value, I would expect. Brown, Ralph Smith, Miller, Bolter, Ryan, McIntosh, Trezise with 22. It was actually really good to see him get a game, but also Trezise, if we go to Trezise, you'll see exactly why he's going to be haunted almost for the next couple of years for that sort of 80 game that he played. As if we look here at 2023, you'll see one game, 77, and he started off his value at predictor, where's his price? I believe he started off at like 500k or so. He started off at 77 times 0.73 equals that, times by 9,030 equals, he started off, I believe, at 507k or so, give or take. And yeah, he's now at 456k. And the annoying part is that with this 77, because he's played one game and done that, I'm pretty sure they take that average now that he's not going to get up to 10 games. So he might actually be priced more around, even though he's had a 30 average, say, he might average like 15 for the year. He may be priced at like a value of 0.94 times 77. He might be priced at roughly 650k when he has an average of like 30, which will be kind of crazy. I don't know exactly the metrics and the way they go, but surely you would think that he wouldn't be priced at that. But anyway, back to the video. But off my understanding of how it works, he's one that takes a couple of years to bundle out of the price back down to his rookie price. But yeah, kind of annoying. Briggs 140, absolutely humongous on Nankervis, which kind of surprising that they both scored, were top scorers for their sides. 257 in the ruck battle is huge. Whitfield with 35 and 12, he's been absolutely huge. You'd expect him to surely get tagged sometime soon. I don't know who his next matchup is, but he would be a VC option if his next matchup is Gold Coast, I believe, or is that... yeah, his next matchup is Gold Coast at 1:45 p.m. The only thing that sucks about not being able to... can't VC that or captain it. Well, I can captain it, but I'm not going to VC that because the same time my last loop option in the West Coast, because both West Coast and Essendon play so early on in the round. Next week, West Coast are back to an 8:10 p.m. on the... So that'll be loopable there quite easily, and you could almost argue I can't actually do him there. So he doesn't even come into captaincy considerations for me, I don't think. When do West Coast play? Again, they play late, but Essendon play even later, which is good. So I could VC him against Hawthorn maybe, potentially, but I don't think I'd do that anyway. So he's not really going to be in VC calculations, I don't think, ever this year, just looking at the schedule here. When does he play? He could do it against Fremantle, but Fremantle I think are very and then we don't know round 24 times yet, so I don't know if he'll ever be on the VC potential list. Who does he have in the last round here? He has Western Bulldogs, but we'll see about when the timing is on that front there. But yeah, I just don't know if he will be a VC option or not. Tom Green, 123. He's back to his best. 127, 106, 107, 123. His last four have been pretty good. And that would give 250, 463 in last four. So that is an average of about 116 or so last four, which is really good. And concrete, Toby Green, 95, but he's a key, not key, he's a forward, he's a small forward that plays a little bit on ball, but yeah, don't think he's going to be fantasy relevant. Bedford suspended, which is good for potential tags. Riccardi, Connor O'Donnell, Perryman and Callahan, Perryman 80, so he'll be interesting if he does get moved on and potentially gets a bigger role, given that he's just behind Whitfield and at points in the game definitely behind Ash. Or Aish. Callahan with a 73, Aish with a 73, or Ash, sorry, Aish is the Fremantle guy. Ash with a 73, 17, 12, 15, 29, big last quarter, but yeah, Perryman just a little bit ahead of him. But then again, they're all subsequent to like how Whitfield does, so Perryman could be interesting if he's given the number one designated kicker at a new club, whether that might be Adelaide if he goes, I think, back home. Himmelberg, McMullen, a 63 for McMullen. I thought he was all right. Good to see also that Harvey Thomas basically did nothing in the second half here, because he was going really, really well and then just flamed out. So good to see he did nothing, as he was highly owned and I think one of the only guys left that could have impacted my rank. And yeah, he was up there when I was looking at the fan footy for it. He was up there at like halftime, one of the top guys, because he was on 48 and then just fell away. It looks like he had 16 and a goal. Isaac Cumming, another guy that could potentially move clubs as well. 17, 15, 15, 10. Cadman, Jones, Buckley. Cornelia with a 46. He just never got going in itself. And then also the matter of fact that he got injured as well. 46 for him. He's definitely going to be one that probably could be value next year, given that he's going to be priced, I would expect, in the 70s or so if he is injured next week or whatever happens there. And then Fonte with a 42. His second game, and yeah, now averaging, 49 for the year. I just don't expect much out of a medium defender, to be honest with you, in a side that he's not going to get the ball that too much, I don't think, given that it's probably going to be Whitfield, Callahan, Perryman, and also Ash that get the ball a lot more off that halfback than he does. But anyway, that is the video they're going through this game, and I guess I will see you guys in the last recap of the round tomorrow, which will be the Brisbane versus West Coast game, or the West Coast versus Brisbane game, and then you'll have my fantasy recap on Wednesday, and then Thursday you'll have all those the two videos, and then Friday the regular videos again. We're hitting this schedule pretty regularly now. But anyway, I'll see you guys in those videos. Bye guys.